and I am here, and you are here, and we are here together. If that sounds familiar to you, it's because it is. It was a Beatles song. I am here, you are here, we are here, and we are all together.
Your son's watching.
I know my
Yeah.
son's watching. So's my daughter-in-law.
Yeah,
So's my
all of
mother-in-law.
the whole
Yeah, I
family's
know.
watching right
They're
now.
getting a kick
Like,
out of here.
all the Frosts are tuned in. Everybody in this stream knows the Frosts are telling the truth. You can tell, right? I mean, we're not fabricating any of this.
No. And for the record, too, like nobody's believes Vaughn. Even
Right.
like this J Dub's character and the people that hang out with him, they know better. They're just gaslighting him.
Right.
Vaughn is
It's just content. I get it, but it's at the expense of my family. So I have, I
I
feel like I need to say my piece.
No, I think and that's fair.
I've let him.
Go ahead, Marsha.
We've let him talk all the talk. It's time for us to not be silent anymore. I'm tired of my name being sullied because he wants people to feel sorry for him. Sorry.
Get a job.
Well,
No.
I just want to clear up another thing too. A question was asked: how do we know that Vaughn hasn't got his mom to change her will? That would have to go through the Frost, right? That'd have to go through James.
That has to go through the
It has to go
lawyer.
through the
When
courts.
the lawyer, I
They're
think,
not
took
going to do it.
control of
They
that
know
when
she's got
she.
dementia. They're not going to let her change her will
Nope.
at this point. Everything is locked in.
Nope.
It's done.
Before she was diagnosed with full on dementia, the lawyer had control of that and said, "Nope, this is the will. Nothing else can be changed."
The only way I think there could even be a possible change in the will would be the lawyer, power of attorney, and the executive of the will would all three have to agree on it.
And not medical power of attorney. You're talking about you.
The property and financial.
Power of attorney.
Well, that.
Which is me, Little Jim, and
Yeah,
our
right.
lawyer.
Two Frosts and the lawyer, right?
So, what will happen to the kids' inheritance if they go to foster care for good? Will Vaughn go, or will it go to Vaughn then? But the thing is, it's until they're
no, I
21,
don't.
right?
If she left
I
it to them
believe
kids,
it is.
it doesn't matter where they're
Yeah,
at or
I
who their
think it's
parents are
still.
at the time. I mean,
Yeah, I
it
think
says in her will that those three children are going to split her estate three ways when they turn
Yes.
18 or 21.
No matter where they
end up, right? He has no stake in none of this
Nope.
legally.
The last I heard about the will was he was allotted $250 a month. That should take care of his utilities because he's on free gas.
Right, but the problem is, if the kid's still got 10 years before they'll inherit it, he'll burn through every bit of her estate before they ever inherit anything.
I know.
So that don't even pay his light bill.
His light bill? How much is his light bill?
2.5.
What?
In the winter, it's free.
What's he running in
What
that
is he
trailer
running?
to run up
I've got natural
$250
gas.
a month in
My light.
utilities?
In the house is on all day, all night.
You're scared of the dark.
A
Okay.
3-bedroom.
You have to know, Miss Alice, this is the best woman you would have ever met. She would have given you the shirt off her back. I mean, this woman survived the Depression. I mean, she grew up rough, back in the day when they didn't have anything.
Cookie.
Back during the Depression. And she was, one of those that wouldn't throw nothing away because she was raised during the Depression.
Yeah.
I mean, a great woman. And to have him, I mean, I'd be, we've heard him cuss her and just, it's horrible the way he treated her, man. Question: somebody asked who the female was that went to the hospital to see Alice. That is
Granddaughter.
That is her granddaughter, who we actually got. She sent a picture of her holding Alice's hand at the hospital today because Alice is not coherent. She is not awake.
She did recognize her though.
She'll wake up and look around and then go right back to sleep. We haven't, she tried to talk but was unable. It was just mumble.
I think she said she understood 2 words that she said.
He's saying that somebody's poisoning her mind in the hospital or causing more damage to her or whatever. Well, she's not even awake. So it's all bullshit. We are trying to protect his children's inheritance by blocking him. That's the truth. We don't want anything. We don't get anything.
I don't want anything from Aunt Alice.
All we are doing is what Alice wants us to do. She wanted them babies to have everything.
You're welcome, Comfort Doll.
Not Mr. Vaughn. So that's what we are doing, and he can't stand it. He can't get his hands on it. You know, he actually slimed his way in and got 30 grand of her money or more. We don't know exactly how much he went and took out of the bank, but we are trying to protect them babies' inheritance. It's not his. It's his kids.
I'm sitting here watching this idiot on Twitch and listening to him rant and rave. I mean, his mother's in the hospital on her deathbed, and that's all he cares about is his little foam airplanes and shit.
Yeah, well, last night he was whistling and singing. You've never seen Vaughn so happy.
Oh, I know. Oh, well, he thinks he's got the world by the balls, but it's all about to come crashing down around him if something happens to his mother, because that would be the end. I mean, the end of Vaughn.
Yeah.
The only reason he's still there is because that's what she wanted, you know. But, you know, she's not able to make those kind of decisions anymore, and the rest of the family's tired, man. We're tired.
It's just like him saying that everybody's stealing his inheritance. Dude, there is no inheritance. The only thing she's got is about 30 grand in the bank that was hidden. So because he already took the other 30 grand that she had and said it was his daddy's money or some whatever. Dude, his daddy was broke when he died. Alice had all the money. Alice had all the properties, you know. Irby worked for a door company all his life. He never, they joked about that before he died. You know, when his daddy retired, they got his retirement check was like $30 or something, and they went out and had lunch laughing about it. I mean,
and see it.
Yeah, right. So Alice was the one that had all the money. She was always the money miser, you know. He talks all that smack about his daddy's money. Well, luckily, she had some of that money put back that he never got to, and Larry found it.
So
and
they could take care of the property.
Been using that to take care of Alice and the property
because he wiped her
Irby
out.
lives on.
When he got all a hold of that money, he wiped her out.
The will is laid out for his children, not him.
Right, that's what I hear.
Oh yeah, the children get everything when they turn 18. Well, they're only like 10.
21, I think.
Is it 21? Anyway, it's supposed to go into a trust for the children, but it's also in there that he's supposed to be able to draw $250 a month off of it. Well, if you do the math, the kids still got about 10 years before they can even get the inheritance. And if he lives on that property for the next 10 years, there won't be no money. There won't be nothing for his kids. He's going to spend it all. He's going to just supporting him on that property will burn through every bit of that money.
Well, he's probably wringing his hands already, plotting how to move his computer over to the double wide. You
know, yeah, well, that's just it, though. I look for Larry to throw him out as soon if something happens to Alice. He's out there because we'll have to consolidate everything and put it in that trust. Because if he tries to, you know, if we was to let him stay there, there wouldn't be nothing for them babies.
Right.
Because every time we have to pay a bill because he's over there, you know, the electric, we're support, you know, Alice's money is what supports Von Helton.
Yeah,
and it's disappearing fast. She don't have a whole lot left. He already got half of it and squandered it away on die-cast metal cars and whatever the hell, his foam airplanes and all the bullshit he does. That money was Alice's money. He went over there. And caught her when she was out of her mind a little bit. She has dementia. They've been treating her for dementia. He put her in the car, took her to the bank, and got his hands on 30 grand and blew it. And now, luckily, Larry found what actually was a life insurance policy on Irvy's daddy, Big Irv, and it was 30 grand. Well, that money is back in Alice's new account that Irby doesn't have access to. That's what he's supporting the family right now. He is only on that property because Larry says he can stay there, literally. And the only reason Larry says he can stay there is because
That's what Alice wants.
That's what Alice wanted.
And whatever Alice wants, Alice gets.
But now, you know, now it's not going to be so much what Alice wants. It's going to be what's best for the estate.
Right. So have you heard
if babies are going to get anything, he's going to have to go.
She woke up earlier.
She didn't
looked
fall.
Around.
She had a stroke in the bed. Ended up in the floor. That's how the pillows and blankets got there with her. I mean, obviously she didn't fall.
Has anybody witnessed a stroke? I've witnessed a stroke.
Well, she probably was
It's
seizing
not
or who knows
pretty.
what. I mean, it's pressure on your brain.
Yes, it's not pretty.
She's had a brain bleed and she's in the hospital incoherent right now. So we don't know whether she's going to come out of it or, or
We're
pass.
praying that
We don't
she
know.
does. We're praying that she does.
Either way, it's probably going to end bad for Irby. That's why he's so upset.
Right.
His fairy tale's going to end. The truth is going to rain down on him. He's not going to be able to spread all them lies and stuff like he does. $6 million. She ain't, even at her riches, she never had that much money.
Do you know approximately how long he left her on the floor for the first time?
From what I hear, he went over there at 5:30 the first time or something, and seen her laying there and thought that was normal.
I know Larry
and then went back again
video,
and left her laying there. And then he said he went back again. He went back like 3 times and left her laying there. Dude, he needs to go to jail.
Well, that could be criminal neglect. That realistically could be criminal negligence.
That's gross neglect, and if it results in her death, he needs to be nailed to the wall for it.
Well, that's why he's trying to spin it on the frost.
He knew she was laying over there on the floor and left her laying there. He literally bites the hand that feeds him. If he would be social and not be such a jerk, one of us would probably have taken him to see his mother in the hospital, but I don't think I could ride 2 hours and smell him. I couldn't do it.
The hospital she's at has a stroke team, and Larry just called me. Larry has been trying to contact Von Helton since this happened with his mother to give him gas money to go to the hospital to see her and be with her. He won't go. And he will not answer the phone.
Won't go. He's trying to say that Larry sent Jessica over there to apply stress to Alice.
But that's not what happened.
I know. We all know that's not what happened. Even everybody
Jessica
listening knows that's not what happened.
Jessica has tried to see her grandmother since last year, and was chased off the property by him.
Yeah, he chased her granddaughter off the property.
I mean,
at gunpoint at some point.
He doesn't want anybody to be there for her, and no.
Well, he can't get it over money if everybody's involved. He wanted to. That's how he got to that 30 grand. He run everybody off and then caught her on a bad day and took her to the bank and had her sign papers where he had access to the accounts.
When he had the stroke,
and then took it all, dude. He took it all.
When Ron had the stroke,
when Larry got control of it back, there was nothing left.
No, there wasn't. Larry has been handling the rental properties.
Oh, that was my daddy's money. He says he robbed his mother, dude.
To put up with all of this crap.
Money,
he really has.
And blew it on bullshit. When they went to court for the guardianship, they split it in half. They give Larry control all the money. And they gave property, and they told Irby he was in charge of giving her medicine and taking care of her welfare,
taking her to the doctor, and wherever she needed to go.
And to this day, he still hasn't done any of that. He'll go over and he was giving her pills 3 hours apart. I mean, just so he didn't have to go over and deal with it when he was on his internet
in the morning
or whatever he was doing. What's up, Larry? Go for it, Larry.
You can't that Irby has the medical power.
That's what he said. Does he have the medical power of attorney?
Irby has the Yes.
He does.
He is responsible for her.
So you got the guardianship, he got the medical power of attorney.
Yes.
How many doctor's appointments has he took her to?
Thank you.
In the last 2 years, none. I've took her to every one.
Okay.
Did you hear, Larry?
He told me that the doctor never called him to make an appointment. Doctors don't call you to make appointments. You call the doctor.
Yep. I know that there's 2 cameras for sure, because Larry has permission from the lawyers. The lawyers said it would be a good idea because Alice was not supposed to cook. Telling that woman not to do something, you might as well be talking to a wall, because she is cantankerous. She's feisty. So the cameras were installed with permission and communication between the lawyers to make sure that, if she fell, Larry could see it. Mm-hmm. Larry would know. Alice could say, "Larry, help," and we can get her help. I've been over there helping her do her spring cleaning and everything. I was helping Alice for a long time.
Right.
And he would come over and he would start screaming at her, and I'm like, "James, you need to back the bus up there, buddy. If you're going to be screaming at your mom, you might as well just go back home until you calm down. Because I'm not going to sit here and listen to you scream and disrespect your mother in her own home. He was supposed to have medical power of attorney. Well, Larry and April are the ones that take that woman to the doctor. Larry and April take her to lunch. Larry and April take her to get her hair done. James bitches because he has to get up off of his fat ass to go over and give mommy her medicine after she has paid all of his bills, all of his child support. He needs to be the one kowtowing to that woman because she is a saint for putting up with his shit.
Well, I know she's not in good shape. What am I going to do after what happened? I don't know. I have no idea. Me personally, we need to get him out of there and rent it out and have money coming in for it. Right. Or do like Ronnie said, what it says is to put all the money together, all the property, sell it all, and put all the money together for the 3 kids.
Larry, do you know what time the ambulance showed up?
It was about 5 minutes after 9, 5 minutes after 10, about 5 or 10 minutes after 9.
And what we're hearing is he found her at 5:30. Is that correct? Is that the time that
I don't know. That I do not know. My camera's not showing me nothing because he's unplugged the camera.
So around 8:30, 5:30 to about 8:30. So we're talking like 3 hours. He left her on the floor.
So she's laid on the cold floor for 3 hours?
Yeah.
Well, just since he found her.
Right.
That's
nice.
No
telling how long she's been
rest
there.
For a stroke victim right there. 3 hours in the floor.
Well, that's just it. None of it goes to any Frost. It all goes to Von Helton's children. That's what we're trying to preserve, and he is trying to squander. We are trying to preserve his children's inheritance, and he is trying to get his hands on it. He's already got half of it. He stole 30 grand from her that would have went to them babies.
Well, Ronnie, he's probably got a lot more than that. We just don't know it.
Right. He probably has. I mean, who knows how much he's took over the years. I mean,
well, how much did he pay for that kid for child support?
Well, I know she paid
$160 a month for
she
at
paid
least 10 years.
Yeah, she paid $160 a month for 10 years to keep him out of jail for child support.
$160 a month, 10 years.
Right. She paid that plus his bills. She supported him all of his life. I mean, that's why he's the way he is, though. That's part of her fault because she has supported him all of his life. Well, Bon is saying that he had cameras out there and that you ripped them down or whatever.
I've never touched his cameras.
Right?
I said, I've never touched his cameras.
You never? Does he have cameras out there?
Yeah, he's got cameras on all 4 corners.
He's got cameras on all 4 corners of his trailer.
Yeah.
Are they pointed at Alice's at all? No, they don't.
Come up the driveway is all he could do.
So he literally has the cameras just watching his property around the house. He doesn't have them looking out for Alice's welfare, being able to see who goes in and out, or he's basically watching out for his own safety, right? Right.
She had a old Ford tractor in the barn. He sold to somebody for $200, which it would have been worth
full-size garden.
What,
big full-size
$50,000
farm tractor for $200, was it?
Yeah.
An antique Ford tractor.
Yeah. The guy that has the tractor right now wants $8,000 for it.
I was trying to sell it for $8 grand, and he'll get it. I mean, it's worth more than that.
Oh yeah, because it's an antique. You had it running at one point, didn't you, babe?
I had it running, right?
Yeah. I'm not the greatest looking person in the world, but for somebody to be all up on me and even look at me, he caught me out in the driveway one time and looked at me and said, "Marcia, if something happened to Ronnie, I will take care of you."
Somebody asked what we knew about his military service. Well, I know that his mother had to go rescue him from Fort Hood, Texas, wasn't it?
I don't
because know. They called and said that she had to come get him before somebody killed him.
He washed out. Somebody was picking on him. He couldn't handle it. And he did something he wasn't even supposed to do.
Any military service. He showed up for basic training, I think.
He left the base before permission.
Oh, he went AWOL.
Yeah, because Alice showed up at the base and talked to his sergeant and said, "Where is James? I'm here to get him." And he said, "Well, if he's not, he wasn't at the barracks."
Well, I know Colson said he went and found him
off post and was working a job as a dishwasher when mommy came to rescue him.
Out of boot camp. That's right. That's what I heard.
That's what Alice told me standing in her kitchen.